name is Brooklyn Adams, and today I will be talking to you guys about what anxiety is. So imagine you are walking down the stairs, you miss a step and you start to fall, but you catch yourself. Most of the time when that happens, you get a weird feeling in your stomach. Now imagine that feeling being drawn out for hours or even days. That's an example of what anxiety can feel like. We all experience anxiety in our life at least once. Some people experience it mentally, sometimes physically, and sometimes even both. I know what anxiety is because I've been through it and I've done the research on what it is. By knowing what anxiety is, how it can happen, and how to overcome it, people can be more aware of what it is. Today, I'll be talking about what anxiety is, the causes of it, and ways to overcome it. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is the feeling of being distressed or uneasy before something happens. It can be caused by excessive worrying and overthinking. It also triggers our fight or flight response. The Mind Organization, based in England, explains this response as happening when we feel like we are under a threat. So we start to release hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones increase your heart rate. Anxiety is a normal thing to have. A Harvard Medical Journal published in 2018 titled Anxiety, What Is It, What to Do, found that nearly 1 in 5 Americans over 18 and 1 in 3 teens ages 13 to 18 had an anxiety disorder just in 2018. Una McCann, the director of the Anxiety Disorders Program at Johns Hopkins Medical University, describes the different types of anxiety disorders. These disorders include panic disorder, PTSD, and OCD. Symptoms of anxiety can be constant worrying, rapid heartbeat, sweating, and dizziness. It can also make you feel like you have a pit in your stomach, and that can be very uncomfortable. Anxiety is not always a problem to people. It can push people to work harder, study for a test, and even keep them safe from sketchy places where they feel uneasy. All these feelings can be caused by many different things. There's many causes of anxiety, but I'm only going to name the most common ways that it can happen. A person's personal life can cause feelings of anxiety. It can be caused by big events in a person's life, like a test coming up, or a presentation, or a job interview, or even finances. The anticipation leading up to these events is what causes the anxiety. There are choices like drinking excessive caffeine, doing drugs, or drinking alcohol can also be a problem. It can raise their heart rate. Even sometimes a person's medical issues can cause anxiety as well. Asthma, diabetes, or cardiovascular problems are all examples of medical issues that can cause it because they have common symptoms of anxiety. So those are all common examples of how anxiety can happen, but how can you get rid of it? So ways to overcome it is by distracting yourself. You can distract yourself by being around close friends and family, listening to music, coloring in a coloring book, working out, and you can also do anything else that you find relaxing to help distract yourself from the feeling you get from anxiety. The National Institute of Mental Health suggests that changing your mindset going into something that causes you anxiety can also help. So changing your negative thoughts to your positive thoughts. I know that I've told myself that whatever I'm about to do is not going to be a huge deal in the long run, and it always turns out okay. If a person's anxiety is very extreme, they may resort to taking medication for it. The medications include antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication, or beta blockers. Each medication is not made for everyone, so it has to depend on the severity of the anxiety. So by knowing what anxiety is, how it can happen, and how to overcome it, people can be more aware of what it is. So I just told you what anxiety is, how it can happen, and ways to help get rid of it. Next time you're feeling anxious about an important event coming up in your life, remember these tips to help overcome it and how to